Tough start for the Texans in that divisional round matchup with the Patriots. 4 interceptions thrown in the first half. Let's jump into the tape, break it down, see what went wrong. First interception of the game. They've got glance pump here in the alley and a stick and wheel coming behind it. The glance pump, third outside step, 3 hard steps to the post, then hits dead vertical in the alley. The stick and wheel pushes up 5 to 6 yards, settles its feet, hoping that gets the DB to settle their feet as well, and then wheels out to the red line. The red line, mythical line, 5 yards from the sideline. You'll actually see it painted on NFL practice fields when teams open up camp. Again, take a look. You'll see a red line out there. The reason it's there, you're telling your receivers you want to get vertical on that red line. You want to save that space to the sideline. If the quarterback has to throw that ball over your shoulder and you have to track it, the guy covering you is going to be stuck inside. He's not going to be able to get to that ball before you do. So the mythical red line out there being the landmark for the stick and wheel. Now let's start with the base version of this play. Most teams call it Chevy, or a lot of teams will call it Chevy, a glance route and a stick route underneath it. Stick hooks up against zone, runs away against man or match coverage. Some teams will run away and just get kind of slow tempo out of it. If they feel like they've got a zone defender inside, they'll just work away from him. Just a matter of quarterback preference, really. So the ideal look for this play, and say you've run Chevy a few times in this safety, you see that he's gone flat-footed, 10 to 12 yards, quarter safety, he's going to jump it. That's when you say, okay, let's pump this thing. Now, that's what we used to do. I was with the Falcons and Bucks for a number of years. We would wait until we had the ideal look, and then we would let it rip. Some teams now, it looks like they might be calling and running it. We would run it as a 1 high, 2 high read. So the Chevy side would be 2 high, and we'd run curl flat on the other side against single high. You'll see here on the backside, they're going to run cop. They're going to chip the end. He's hooking up kind of in the alley right here, and they've got the swing. I'll let this run on the backside here so you can see it. The one thing I don't like about this guy hooking up here in the alley, it looks to me as if the quarterback's on this side. He's got 2 guys in the same window. You'll see some teams, instead of allowing that guy to hook in the alley, he goes over the ball. In my opinion, the spacing is a little bit better right there. Again, nobody from the Houston Texans has called me regarding my opinion on spacing on the backside of this play. So I think they're doing okay. You know, am I right? Am I wrong? It's just a man's opinion. Okay, so maybe this is a call it and run it. Maybe they've called it in the huddle and they'll check out of it if they don't like the look. Don't know for sure, but they end up getting quarters, and this safety does stop his feet right there, as you can see. So he's going to give 3 hard steps to the post, dead vertical in the alley. The reason you go dead vertical in the alley is you're hoping this safety is stuck right here, and if this quarter ladders up and is over your back, the quarterback is going to throw it on a line 20 to 25 yards down the field, and he's either going to put it right on you or he's going to drift you slightly inside, still having to be mindful of that backside quarter safety potentially being a factor. So he's going to get it up and down fast, and we're going to keep this corner, the only guy who can potentially stop the play, stuck behind us so that he can't come. If he wants to make a play, he has to come through our body. Now, right here, that safety, he goes flat-footed. This has got a chance. In my opinion, let this thing rip. They're damn near even, right? He's going to go running past him because this guy's got to change his momentum, flip his hips. This guy's probably got better ball skills down the field than him. He's a receiver. He's a safety. Let it rip, all right? But quarterback there's great pressure right here. Defensive tackle on the defense's left over that right guard, getting good push. CJ Stroud having to retreat in the pocket. He gets off of the glance pump, goes to the stick wheel. You'll see here the corner never takes the bait on the glance pump. He's got his shoulders square essentially the entire down, right? He sees exactly what's coming, falls off, makes a great play on the sideline, gets his feet down somehow to get the pick. Second interception of the game into the second quarter now. You'll see the rain coming down. Start 2 tight ends to the right, motion 1 across, either checking the play, dummy checking the play, don't know for sure. One advantage, if they knew they were going to run this play, they're running boot to the quarterback's left right here. If they knew they were running boot and they wanted to motion this guy over, one advantage could be if this defensive end was a 5 technique, they might entice him to stay a 5 with this motion. Here they get the bare front. He's already lined up as a 9. Tight end comes over, stays outside of him. You would like this guy to be a tighter technique because this route right here. He's running a down flat, and since you're booting out to the left, you want that edge to collapse as fast as possible. Well, a 5 technique, really easy to get him to collapse. A 9 technique, not quite so simple. He's got better vision into the offense's backfield right here. Easier to see here in the back view. Tight end comes across. The hope is this guy lined up outside of him is actually a shade of the tackle, a 5 technique, but instead they get him in the 9 technique, a shade outside of the tight end. Obviously much easier to collapse this guy, force him into that C gap when he's a 5. With this alignment right here, shoot, the C-gap defender might be this safety, and he's the D-gap defender again. That makes it much easier for him to redirect and take away the boot. So on this naked boot, they've got the down flat like we just said. They're going to run a sneak route into the flat on the front side. They're going to run the bench route here also on the front side, and we're getting the naked over, as you always have, trailing the back side. Quarterback selling to his right, booting back to his left. Now, right-handed quarterbacks booting to the left. You'll see it 10 times a weekend in the NFL, and guys are hitting it all the time. Drives me absolutely nuts. As you'll see here, C.J. Stroud going to have to flip his hips at the top of this thing. He's got a guy in his face, bloops it up, defense intercepts it. So what goes wrong? Well, everything starts right here. Number 97, powerful dude on the interior for this Patriots defensive line. Take a look. Tackle coming down on him, gets a great jump off the ball, great explosive power, bubbles this tackle back. Tackle's foot ends up clicking heels with the hot answer coming on the sneak route, knocks him down, ends up on the ground. We no longer have a hot. That in conjunction with this guy being in a 9, so the tight end's trying to sell down as if it's run away, but he's got vision right through the back of that guy's ear hole at the quarterback, senses its boot. Great job redirecting right at the quarterback. Really good acceleration to get into Stroud's face. Quarterback at this point, all right, my hot answer is on the ground, and this dude is screaming at me 100 miles an hour, and I'm going to my offhand side. Just got to put that thing in the dirt, throw it at this guy's feet, live to play another down. Stroud, competitor though, tries to make a play. He does have a chance to hit his naked over. Too hard though with that guy in his face. Ball bloops in the air, picked off. Patriots off and running, finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Third interception of the game here in the second quarter. Just a couple minutes later, they motion Christian Kirk down. They're going to run a quick out from this spot. Kirk has got the flag route in behind it. They've got Chevy on the other side, the actual glance right there, and then the stick route. You'll see they get man coverage, so the stick is going to run away. The play that they pumped earlier, here is the base version of that play. They get a man blitz. Nickel coming off the slot, looping inside. 4 defensive linemen and the nickel 5-man pressure, and then you'll see this linebacker here. He's got the back in man. When the running back commits to pass protection, he is an add-on. So it turns into a 6-man blitz on the fly. Take a look here from the back view. Looks like they are in jet protection. The back responsible for the mic and the will out here. The nickel off the slot. The line's got the 4 down, and they're sliding, a rip sliding here to the Sam linebacker spot. If he blitzes, line will pick him up. If both these guys blitz, they're going to be hot. They can't block everybody because the back has both of them. You'll see the nickel is the most dangerous man. Back recognizes this immediately, sets to block, and you can see the mic adding on right here. All these linemen, eyes sliding out, trying to figure out, okay, how do we sort these 3 defensive linemen, and is that backer blitzing? Good job here. This guard recognizes, hey, this is a looper, and when that guy's looping, it's typically associated with a pressure. If that guy wants to work over the center's nose, there's nothing I can do as part of this slide unless I feel somebody coming back over the top, starts to square up, gets his eyes back. Hopefully they could bang this whole thing back, right? He could take 91. Tackle could get off to 14. Tackle's kind of engaged right there, maybe a little close to a hold. Ends up ripping his hand out of there just in time. Gets away with one maybe, but good job with the jet protection right here by the Texans up front. Now the quarterback could legitimately work anywhere on this play. When they motion down to this stack in this man coverage, these guys go in and out and they're playing off. So he could use as a hot or get it out option that quick out. And if he thought he could hold onto the ball long enough, he's going to have good leverage to also throw that flag route. But Chevy is tailor-made for pressure. You can never go wrong. Anytime you think a team is going to blitz you, Chevy is a great option. And you'll see as that empties out, as the box empties out inside, this glance runner, he's going to be wide open in there, right? And that's where they want to go with the ball. Now, how could they make this a little bit better? Tight end right here. Anytime your glance runner is getting pressed outside, you have to hesitate. Let this guy get out ahead of you. That way there isn't a lot of traffic that he's dealing with. And at the end of the day, that's not why this is an interception, but it's one way to make the play a little bit better. If he just waits just a little bit longer, allows this guy to clear, then it's a much easier picture for everybody, a cleaner picture to figure out where he wants to go with it. Now, watching this live, it looked like this was definitely a catchable ball. This is the exact right answer on where to go with that thing. It just doesn't, it gets dropped, or it's just a little bit high and they're unable to make the play. Fourth and final interception here for the Texans right at the 2-minute warning. Motion the tight end down, running boot, going back to the well, boot to the left. Again, tight end in motion, right? I firmly believe the reason they're doing it, or one of the reasons they may be doing it, is to try to influence the alignment of this defensive end. They know this end, particularly here in this under or even front. This guy either a shade of the center, looks like he might be G'd out on the guard right there, but they know this defensive end is responsible for the C gap on run. So the tight end going to start outside. They want him to line up as tight as possible to the tackle, and then he's going to threaten to cut him out of that C gap. As he sees that he's being cut out of his C gap, he's going to accelerate to make sure that he maintains the leverage that he's supposed to in this defense. He wins in the C gap. So with the tight end cutting him off, back selling run, he's going to get down into that C gap, allowing Stroud to break contain. Tight end now will continue down, great patience, and will be the down flat. He'll be the last guy the quarterback should look for on this play. On the front side, you'll see them run smash, and he's going to push vertical here, buy a little bit of time, and then head on the out route. He's going to be 1. The second read, typically on nakeds and boots, is your naked over coming from the backside. Number 2 right there. Then you come back to whoever your low guy is on the front side, 3. And lastly, you're looking for your bench or flag route here, 4 on the front side, down flat being your 5th read. Is that the way the Texans are doing it? Don't know for sure, but that is typically how teams will read naked. Now you'll see right here, on this sell to the outside, on this quick out with a little bit of sell at the top of the route, just kind of giving a little indecision to the corner and also allowing it to time up a little bit better. If he just went sprinting out there, it's going to be hard for CJ Stroud to get set, get that thing thrown. He'll end up out of bounds before the ball is even in the air. So buys a little bit of time. This thing hangs just a little bit inside. Little PTSD on my part here. I was with the Falcons 2012. If you Google this up, check here on YouTube, you'll see Matt Ryan, Tramon Williams. Search those 2 names. It'll be the first thing that pops up right around the 2-minute warning. Falcons and Packers playoff game. We were back and forth. Don't know. Aaron Rodgers was absolutely on fire in that game. Don't know that we could have held up and beaten them, but our back was more or less officially broken. We threw a pick, sprinting out to the left, return for a touchdown. Receiver, if I'm remembering correctly, 2 steps too deep on the route, forced Matt Ryan to hold the ball just a little bit longer. Again, right-handed quarterback going to the left. A lot of blame to go around. Just about everybody screwed that thing up. Ultimately cost us a playoff game, and in the NFL, you get extra money when you win playoff games. I'd already mentally spent that money, so that ended up being a minor issue on my part. But right here, shades of that. You can see he's booting, right-handed quarterback coming to the left. Is the timing right? Is that what they want? Don't know for sure. Great play by the corner, transitioning, jumping in front of that thing, and getting it picked. Tough first half for the Texans.